and attempting to go to the gym so that you guys can know. The gentleman who runs this gym, um, his name is Crasher Wake.
Pressure wake.
Otherwise, yes, Crasher Wake. Otherwise simply known as Wake. Otherwise known as Max. Otherwise known as Maximum Max.
He's a theater kid, isn't he?
No, he is a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
So, fighting type gym.
No, water.
Well, okay.
Yeah, there. Specializes in water type Pokemon. Very, very grapply. I say very grapply Pokemon, and I say grapply Pokemon who are also hard to. I must say hard to counter Pokemon.
Okay.
So yeah, I must say very, I must say very slippery to deal with Pokemon. A Pokemon education role, I can give you a little bit more.
Okay, let's see how educated Lettuce is being.
Um, with that, you are aware that one of his Pokemon, I'll say you've heard that one of his Pokemon is a Gyarados.
Okay.
Um, information that you have heard about this Gyarados is it seems I must say in a it has been I must say one of its most impressive feats is that it seemingly took a thunderbolt and apparently seemed to have shrugged it off.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't exactly play standard myself, so this will be interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Has there been any issues with the gym leader? Do we know?
No issues with the gym leader. Seems like he's been pretty. Seems like he's been pretty good so far.
Cool, cool. Have they played in the Rebecca games?
This town seems to have gone out of its way to avoid such a thing.
Okay.
Hmm. Yep, we're going to copy that, save that, discard that, paste that. All right. I guess just whenever you guys are ready.
In theory, I'm ready at this point.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. In which case, export. There we go. Fitting music. Let's see. All right. As you guys are making your way to Pastoria, let's see.
Oh, before we leave the tournament grounds, she's free to say
Mhm.
no, but I'd like to ask if the samurai chick would be willing to, if I paid her, if she'd be willing to come with us at least until the next city, so I can, she can, show me how to use use the sword as a sword. Right.
Teach you some sword techniques.
Yeah, at least teach me the basics until we get to the next town.
Okay, sure. There's about a day's travel until the next town, so she is more. She was about to say she was debating which direction she was going to go in, but she is willing to accompany you.
Cool.
Let's see. Considering you are traveling together, and give you her name. 1 second.
Sword loves a lot.
all the way down. Come on. Should be that far. Apparently you are. Right. So, name is Ajiva.
Okay.
She will ask. She will ask to see your sword.
Okay.
All right. So you basically just pull out the handle thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna look a little confused. Like,
So I don't know if you know
where's
anything
the
about
rest?
aura. If you channel aura through it, well, you saw me use it earlier. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. By the time she saw you using it, it was already just like a glowing blade.
I mean, I was standing next to her. I wasn't sure if she was paying attention when it clicked on.
Very focused. Her ability allows her to like focus on one target. So I kind of play it as she was focusing on that one person. Um, I mean, she saw it out the corner of her eye, but didn't see you like activate it.
So, yeah, if
I say, yeah,
if she can't
yeah,
figure
she
it, I will
noticed it as a
demonstrate the
proper
on-off.
She does say that she's heard tales of it. Must say, as far as like channeling it through the sword is more of a that sounds like something that she's heard of in regards to legends, but she's never actually seen anything like that herself. When you do that, she does seem like taken aback and a bit fascinated. She's gonna look at you. How did you? Where? Where did you get that?
It was gifted to me by a. First, blanking which gym leader that was. It's the one with the Lucario. Fuck.
She'll look at you. I'll go ahead and see. I actually need to go back to my thing and actually
Oh, good. I'm not the only one.
I have the image of the person in my mind.
Yeah, I know. I remember what she looks like. I remember the Lucario, but I can't remember her name.
That reminds me. I think the dub of Horizon is coming soon.
It's coming to an end.
Coming in soon.
Oh, it's already up on Netflix.
Oh, it is? Oh,
They have part 1 and part 2, so they're pretty deep in it.
cool.
I believe you fought Maylene.
Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, it was gifted to me by Maylene.
She's gonna say, well, no. He's like, I never would have guessed that. He's like, I never would have guessed that she actually was in possession of something that could do that.
Yeah, it caught me by surprise too. But I'm still trying to figure out how it
she'll
works, and obviously I don't know the basics of swordsmanship, so
hmm. Okay. Let's see. Do you know what this? Do you know what it's capable of?
I'm still learning that. I know some of the things it can do, and he'll explain the techniques he is aware of.
Hmm.
So at this point, that's aura slash, purge, and spectrum slash.
Okay. Um, she will. She will say, So you seem to be able to do what I effectively have tricks to be able to accomplish. Um, she'll show you the build of her sword and sheath and how she causes that like flintlock explosion on her sword. Um, every time I must say, the inside of her sheath is coated with like I must say, is like coated with a fluid, coated with a combustible fluid. So every time she sheaths it, the blade is coated in this, and when she draws it fast enough, it activates and must say it pretty much sparks it on the way out, causing it to explode out in a burst of fire, causing her sword to erupt in a ball of fire that instantly consumes all the fluid on the sword. And it must say she pretty much has to sheath the weapon in order to be able to reuse it.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm. She will say I can only use this technique 5 times before I run out of fluid. Then I have to rely on but normally the fight does not last that long.
Hmm.
Um, but she will say she will say your she was like this sword she was like this blade that you have um she was like you may not be able to fully appreciate what it can do depending on what your goal is, but it's very akin must say very akin to priest like abilities.
That's interesting.
um you are able must say you are able to must say if you haven't been able to gather it, you seem to be able to purge away evil intentions and evil intentions and chaotic chaotic anomalies. In essence, this blade could be very capable of this blade could be very capable of helping to maintain the balance in the Pokemon world.
Well, that is my goal as a ranger in training, so.
And she'll say, "Well, it was like, well, this sword should be able to assist you that task." Need must say, but since you seem to be in need of protecting yourself a bit better, and you do happen to have a sword, not exactly certain how well that'll work on bandits and anyone else who attempts to trouble you. But I'm teaching you a few sword techniques. Should be doable.
And that's really all I'm looking. I'm not necessarily looking for anything fancy. I'm just trying to get the idea of the basics, so I don't accidentally hit myself with it.
Okay. All right.
She just kind of threw it at me, and then told me to keep dodging, her Lucario, and until it turned on. So it's like I'm just kind of flailing around with it haphazardly and hoping something works. So.
Let's see. Um, how much time are you willing to spend doing this? Just the time that takes you to travel from where you are to the city?
I mean, that was all he was asking for. If she's willing to stick around, longer than that to teach some more, then I'm willing to invest some more time. But
Um, if she's going to train, I'll say if she plans on training you, it would be because by the time you reach the city, she will say that she will she will more than likely part ways because she will likely take one of the ships to travel off. But you have the time between now until you decide to reach the city.
well, the city was our goal, so
Yeah. So must say her wording is until you decide to reach the city.
mhm.
So you have the option of just hanging out here on the road and camping out and training, or you can get all the training that you can get in between now and how long it would take you naturally to reach the city. So it's up to you how long you want to train.
Gladys is in no particular rush.
Well, I'm not in a huge rush, but I don't want to hold people up super long, so take an extra day. So call it 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, I must say, because she doesn't seem to be in a particular rush, but I must say, she doesn't seem to be in a particular rush either. But she's like, I'm willing to train you, but as soon as we reach the city, I will be going about my own way.
Yeah,
But
which is perfectly reasonable.
but you kind of get the Ryu from Street Fighter vibe from her. She's in no particular rush to go anywhere because she's pretty much a wanderer slash kind of vagabond. So she has no schedule, but she does have a determined outcome of what she wants to do. Okay, so you're gonna spend 2 days out here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, as you are, I'll say, she will tell you that while you are training, she will need your undivided focus
Mm-hmm.
for, I'll say, for 12 hours a day.
Okay.
Huh,
Um,
sounds like you might need some focus rolls.
God, I hope not.
So what she's going to do is, let's see, what she's going to do, I do need, not focus rolls, but, um, two combat rolls. I must say. So I need two combat rolls and either two acrobatics or two athletics.
Mm. Is that 2 combat? And acrobatics.
Good job with the combat rolls.
Yeah, for 1D, that's great.
Okay. Now, since you actually made those rolls, I need two intuition rolls.
Is this aura intuition or just normal intuition?
Or intuition. As with this intensified combat towards the end of, I'll say, towards the end of your training, I'll say towards the end of these 2 days, your body instinctively starts to I'll say your body instinctively starts to pick up on the movements that she's making instead of actually looking at her hands or doing instead of looking at her hands or her body motion. It's as if reading her aura helps you predict where her blade is going to be coming from. Although with your combat skill, it is a bit sluggish. When I say it's a bit more sluggish than you would like, but she does notice that you were able to haphazardly parry a lot easier. Um, let's see. Let's see. So you can learn. Let's see. So, with I'm gonna say with this ruling workout, you can get one of two benefits. I'm gonna say you can get one of two benefits. You can I'm gonna say you can actually no, sorry, no, I read that wrong. I'm gonna say one of three benefits. You can gain a permanent +1 evasion bonus. You can learn two sword combat moves, or you can learn the move counter.
Counter, evasion, or two additional moves.
I'm looking.
Doing okay on evasion, so I think I'm gonna go with the moves.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Then I'll say, feel free to. She seems to have a wide assortment of abilities. Um, your aura is able to pick up. I'll say your aura is able to pick up on all of them, but with your limited skill, you are not able to learn as much of them as you would like. Um, so you find yourself selecting two that you feel will benefit you the most. Select any two that you would like.
Any two what?
Any two melee like techniques.
Okay, so go to the weapons table and pick two. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I finally figured out how to. Awesome.
I'll say your shonen protagonist powers allow you to use intuition to instinctively use a cheat skill and read her aura, thus learning these two moves with a montage. I'll say you are not a master in these techniques. Anyone who sees you using them will notice that you are using them, not with the precision and skill of a master, but still as effective, still works as written. But if they see you swing your sword, they're like, oh yeah, definitely still learning sword play. But he definitely knows this move. All right. So while you're doing that, say I would say roughly around the end of I must say, at the end of your training at the second day, while you all are eating, you do hear I must say you do hear something akin to a rumbling.
Now my stomach.
Hmm? Probably should go check that out.
Um, Sienna will come back from must say will have come back from going off and basically doing her photography. Because for day one, she was taking pictures of you and you're fighting. And then she was like, okay, this is getting boring. And she just left. So, unfortunately, since none of the moves you were doing were Pokemon moves, she can't add them to her list. But off in the woods, um, off in the woods, in the must say, in the Great Marsh area, um, you will hear something akin to a roar. It's something akin to a roar. It's kind of like this low guttural rumbling. It sounds like something's just waking up, but it sounds like it's coming out of it sounds like it's coming out of a cave of sorts.
Okay.
Okay,
You you do see must say you do see I must say you do see a bunch of flying type Pokemon making their way up from that area, roughly about right here.
did you?
Yep, change maps.
No. I clicked on the right
Oh,
here. Yeah,
Did not see the ping the
there
first time.
we go.
Multiple. I will. I will bring out. I will bring out Alma. We've got a sound to look at. Well, to listen to. Uh, you should be perfect for this.
All right. Eventually, you make your way to you make your way to a cliffside. Drag. And you said you have almost.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Alma definitely seems to be picking up. I'll say it definitely seems to be picking up some sort of presence here.
Hmm. Any idea where the presence is coming from?
Seems to be coming from this cave over here. You do hear, I'm gonna say, you do see the rocks on this mountainside, like I'm gonna say on this cliffside, like falling and shaking.
Hmm.
And you do feel this presence coming from inside of this cave. Well, Alma does. Um, Seems a little confused by it. Jay, how far does your aura reach?
Um,
I believe it's like 20 meters.
let's see, telepathic. Intuition +1, so that'd be 7. Telepathic awareness. Yeah, 7 meters.
Okay, cool. All right. You don't must say. You can
Oh wait,
definitely
I'm
see.
sorry. Is equal to your intuition +1, 7 tripled, so 21.
Oh. Math. Okay. Okay. You do. Since an ancient aura, um, must say the type of aura this thing is giving off, it's is definitely old, very old. Um, you might argue almost as old as Sinnoh itself.
Whoa.
Um, Almost prehistoric.
Alrighty then.
Um, as perception rolls from you and Lattice and I say you Lattice and Alma.
Okay.
Oof.
Can I hear a roll from
Yeah,
perception?
yeah. It's perception for both of you.
Oh, I'm terrible at perception. She's rolled better. Me.
Okay. You guys are fairly focused on the cave. Alma does notice something written over here on this rock. And she'll go over, look at it. I'll say, go over here, look at it, and we'll be like trying to I'll say, look at it and try to figure it out. It's written in a what looks to be an ancient Poke language.
What was it from Pokeopolis? Appendix?
Let's see, you guys. If you want to see if you can figure out the gist of it, I can take I must say one of three. One of three rolls. I must say either a high. Must say this is in order of highest to lowest. Must say of difficulty. General education, the highest difficulty. Occult education, medium difficulty. Pokemon education, the lowest difficulty.
Ooh.
Okay. Putting both of, I say, putting both of your knowledge together, you are able to not, so you're not able to put together the entire phrasing, but you do get the gist of it. As this rumbling continues, what you are able to effectively decipher this to say, very crudely, here I lie and sleep so long, rouse not my sleep, they play my song.
Hmm. That's my first thought is wrong. Um, does it, well, RCS isn't about, is it about, songs? I guess I have a voice or
Um,
something.
with that, you will see the ground start to split right here as you see a claw kind of slowly dig its way out. And you'll see the ground shift as something is pulling itself out of the dirt.
I guess something roused its sleep.
Look for any evil team symbols.
Also, with your after you say that, one of the things you do notice in the general vicinity, you do see bits and pieces of scraps and shrapnel of the tournament grounds around here.
Huh.
You put it together that the explosion of the tournament grounds, some of the debris has landed and slammed into this area.
Yeah, that tracks.
Damn it, Rebecca.
With that, the ground begins to swell and bulge as this massive, you see this massive purplish aura pooling out of the ground as this large spherical titan of a Pokemon pulls itself out of the ground and yawns.
Hello there.
Giant evil golems.
Let's kind of figure out.
I mean, it looks like a golem, but, or
It will.
purple aura-y. It will.
Yeah. It looks towards you, guys, after yawning. And it's like, "Roar, golden gold." It is going to reach over onto the ground, pick up some debris, some rocks that have fallen, and eat them. You'll just kind of see it eating. You will also begin to see random bits and pieces of the rocks around it start gravitating towards it and latching on to its body as it seems to grow in size a bit more.
Okay, so given time, it's going to absorb a good chunk of the landscape, which probably isn't good for the local, well, wildlife, other landscape stuff.
The intuition roll is for what?
I'm channeling it, and just if it doesn't want to be channeled, I have to make an intuition roll.
It effectively doesn't even seem to be paying attention to you guys.
So I've got it pinged if we want to talk to it.
Okay, so it's hungry, yeah?
Clearly, I mean, it's eating.
Whatever it isn't eating just seems to be gravitating towards its massive body and floating around it.
Okay.
Jaden, you managed to ping it.
Yeah, I beat a 5, so yes, I ping it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's massive. I'm gonna say it is. I'm gonna say it is.
Can I use my ability to cook things to
Maybe
make
some
it
just say it.
I'll try to make it a really dense meal.
You could sleep all day and still be toasting off.
I know, it's crazy.
And we dropped again. Oh, damn.
I did get a message from Matt, though, was that they were going to be using a rental and nothing about selling the leaf, aside from the leaf being too expensive to be sweet legal.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it's just one step away from saying, Sam would say, if it's too expensive to be sweet legal, then sell it.
Between him and the state. Hmm.
Yeah, hello?
Hey,
Yay!
Hey, apologies. I'll say my mother is apparently pre-planning the possibility of possibly losing, not having enough gas to make it to a gas station. So she was like, "Hey, I'm over at Dogwood Dell, and there's an event going on, and I might not have enough gas because I wasn't paying attention to my gas tank. So if I can't make it, can you come bring me gas?"
hmm?
So
Huh.
uh, I am on call to get her gas if she calls me back, assuming she can't make it to a gas station from Dogwood Dell. I told her the nearest gas station that requires the least amount of turns and braking and stuff. Just go all the way down on Boulevard until you reach Broad Street and go to the Exxon.
7-Eleven at the end of Carytown might be closer. That does require some more turns.
Yeah, it requires a lot of turns, and she's really bad with directions.
I
Not
think we say
saying
she's really bad at
must.
turns.
No, she's kind of like Sierra, where she's like the moment she gets into the city, she suddenly starts having panic attacks and like I don't know where I'm going, and she freaks out. So, all right, but picking up where we left off. This is not a battle. This
At least
is
I
back
get it.
music is playing.
Yeah.
It is not a battle unless you make it a battle. You are picking up a sense of annoyance that it is awake, that it has been asleep for quite some time. With your aura roll that you rolled, you are gauging that this thing is roughly this. I'm gonna say this thing's aura is just stirring. I'm gonna say this thing's aura is just stirring and has been asleep for at least, you would guess, 500 years.
Oof.
Um, its mind, its mind dates back. You get, I'm gonna say, being linked to it, you get visions of, I'm gonna say, you start getting visions of it being aware of its own creation. Part of, I'm gonna say, you see its form beginning to rise out of the volcanic ashes as a almost primordial geodude. One of the first things that it sees upon arising from the volcanic ash is a large, I'm gonna say, a large reptilian red-scaled creature storming off into the distance, causing land masses to jut out from each mammoth step it takes.
Ah, so this guy goes back to the Groudon Kyogre days.
Okay.
Since then, it has been. Since then, it has been gathering. Since then, it has been gathering the primordial energies of the land, and has been gradually growing in size each time that it wakes up. Searching through its mind because it's not really paying much attention to you guys any more than you would pay attention to the insects that you walk by every day. Although it doesn't have any, you don't sense any hostility from it. You do feel a intensifying hunger since it is awoken. Searching through its mind, you do see that there were at one point a group of humans who came together and figured out that the only way to stop this Pokemon from destroying and consuming its settlements was a song that was played by one talented person, and it would go back to sleep. But occasionally, every few centuries, random sporadic times. Sometimes it would be 50 years. Sometimes it would be 100 years. Sometimes it would even be 1,000 years before anyone even saw this thing again. It would arise. And when it did, the champion of music would arrive, would come and play its song that had been handed down through generations in order to pacify it and put it back to sleep.
I don't suppose anybody has like some kind of ancestral song they've been taught.
You are unaware, but
I
the
was just asking
last
the group.
memory of it. I'll say the last memory that you pick up of this thing. The last time I woke up, there was no one there was no one available who knew the song, and it rampaged and was only was only managed to be quelled to sleep by Sinnoh's then military force.
Hmm.
So it effectively took Sinnoh's military force 500 years ago to be able to quell it and basically put it down so that it fell back asleep. And then they pretty much buried it and hope that it stayed asleep long enough.
So no ancestral song, no self-defense force.
You do its most recent memory. There was a loud boom that it felt tremors through the ground, and the consistent bombardment of things slamming into the ground above where it was sleeping, rousing it from its sleep.
Oh, the debris is a pretty good indicator of what that was.
Yeah. So it is awake. It is eating. And it looks at you and then just kind of looks past you. The direction it seems to be looking in. The direction it seems to be looking in is Pastoria.
Well, that's a no-go.
It begins walking towards and past you as if it is not paying attention to any of you.
Maybe
As you gradually see more rocks, it just kind of picks up rocks along the way, continues growing in size, and is slowly lumbering there. Assume it is walking at the speed of Weapon in Final Fantasy VII.
Mm.
So it will get there eventually. But if you walk at even a modest pace, you will beat it by a mile. Like you can easily outpace this thing just by walking.
Oh, that means we can get to the town ahead of time and warn them. Anybody got any ideas on, try talking to it, I guess.
I'm wondering if someone in the town perhaps has a you intuited some sort of song.
Yeah, apparently there's an ancient song or whatever that is supposed to lull it back to sleep. Last time it woke up, nobody alive knew the song, or if they did, they didn't show up to work.
Would I need like would this be like a general education, or I'm trying to think of like given the era and such, like what kind of ancestral song we would we would need
Um,
like if there's like a particular
Pulse.
family line or something.
Either really, I might say either really high, I might say it would be a higher difficulty general education since this is very obscure knowledge, or in a cultural sense since this technically qualifies as a not so much clandestine group, but I'll say an ancient group slash tribe bloodline that was responsible for effectively, taking care of this one Pokemon. It's not seen as evil. I'm gonna say it's not. That I'm gonna say with what Jay found out, it's not evil. It's just that its presence is destructive. Its presence is destructive to human settlements. Pokemon know to get out of its way. It's effectively no more of a threat to the planet than like Groudon and Kyogre were. It's
Yeah.
like, it's basically the natural order. It is a byproduct of the natural order. So, but on average, humans don't like having their cities leveled.
Yeah, generally speaking, yep.
Yeah. So he is a major inconvenience. Okay. Yeah. Nah. Maybe a Philharmonic could go through like its musical catalog. What
Okay,
you get with your occult.
so we can make an attempt to talk it down, which seems unlikely, or we can rush to town and see if somebody wrote down the thing that they forgot to do last time.
Wait a second. The cave. Is the cave? Shoot. I want to go and see if the cave has the same kind. Has the same kind of writing that was on the rock. The ancient Pokées.
Okay. I'm gonna say. So you're gonna go back. You're gonna go back in that direction.
Yeah. Since this thing is moving at the speed of inevitable, it will.
Yeah.
I figure that I have the time.
Um. Effectively, he has a move. I'll say this thing has a move of 3. So yeah, it has about this thing basically has a move of 3. It is going to get there eventually. Pretty sure on average your guys' speed is like 2 to 3 times his speed.
Mm.
Yeah. Especially if you're on a bike.
Yep.
You guys will definitely outpace him. All right. I need a perception check. Are both of you going, or are you just letting Lattice go?
I'm going to say, given how fast you're going to check the cave to see if there's any indications or similar writings or anything like that.
All right.
Golem. The aura that's coming off of him, just so you know, is not fire. It is pure. It seems to be pure dark energy.
Sure, an adulterated badass.
Not dark as in evil. Dark as in the type.
Holy shit!
And if you're gonna roll it, that would be the time.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
Now, keep in
Inside
mind,
the cave.
keep in mind, that really high one is almost.
Um, inside the cave, you will see something akin. I'll say you will see a three pieces laid on a altar. Something that looks like a old. I'll say something that looks like a uh, something that looks similar to. You would assume one of the first sculpted Pokeballs out of rock.
Oh, okay.
And two, I'll say one short, well carved. I'll say one short, well carved like granite. One short, well carved like granite and gold. Granite and gold looking mouthpiece, and the other piece is a longer stick like I'll say a longer crystal rod with four holes poked into it. Looking at it, Alma, in her infinite intelligence, can deduce that when pieced together, this forms one of the earliest versions of a poke flute.
Okay, but we still don't know what to play on it. Oh, good looking out, Alma.
Alma will telekinetically lift it and just kind of like kind of throw the parts at you.
But
So we've got the tool, now we just need the notes, which I guess, since you didn't see them on the walls or anything.
Yeah, nothing's actually written in there. The flute is, I'm gonna say, from what Jay could tell, the flute is meant to be used by, I'm gonna say, the flute is meant to be used by the descendant.
This is probably a Gen Ed. Is the town, like, known for anything in particular that might be an indicator of where we would start looking for this thing? Like, do they have, like, a research institute or something?
Let's see. Pastoria. Da, 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 da. You do have, you are, it must say, place of interest, the Great Marsh, where you're located. Da, 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 da. The Great Marsh, the area that you're in, technically it is currently closed down for repairs due to damage from the explosion. Um, this area is inhabited by wild Pokemon, and the entry fee is supposed to be $500. Although you didn't see any of that because the entrance gate was destroyed in the explosion. Um, the Great Marsh is effectively Sinnoh's version of the Safari Zone.
Whoops.
This area is off limits. Of course, as you would know, did I say, like, as you're starting to realize, oh shit, it is off limits, but you didn't know because all the signs and everything that would have told you not to come in here is, not here right now.
Mm.
Um, so, up the good side, you didn't have to pay $500 to get in.
that's good.
Downside, you don't get any safari balls. Um, let's see. Let's see. Unfortunately, there are a handful of things that Pastoria is known for. It is known for that scarf guy who's a bit eccentric and he seems to enjoy raiding people's Pokemon. And if they prove worthy enough, he will give them a scarf and a poffin.
Huh. Is it a cool scarf? Almost said snarf.
It's a cool snarf, yes.
Is it a cool scarf?
Marseille. These Marseille. The scarf guy. The scarf guy is the boyfriend of the massage girl in Veilstone City.
Ah. Yes.
I believe one of you participated in that. In one of her massages and ended up getting bucks for it.
Yes.
Yes. And there is one other person who is in Pastoria City that you besides the gym. You are aware of the gym. This is a pretty tiny town. And they also do have a port where, boats head out. But there is one other thing that Pastoria City is known for. The move reminder. The move reminder allows Pokemon to relearn any move that they were able to learn at any earlier level other than the ones they are currently at, or ones from that level.
Given the situation, when you said move reminder, I thought it was literally a reminder to move because of this thing.
The move reminder. It was like the move reminder. You go to his place, just a bunch of U-Haul trucks outside his house.
Ooh, bitch, get out the way. All right.
And I imagine this food will need to be played here so the giant stone Pokeball can be used.
Well, he wasn't in a Pokeball before.
I mean, it's just no. The Pokeball is part of the flute.
Oh, as far as oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Poke Flute is broken into three parts. Well, not broken, but it's split into three parts. There's the mouthpiece, there's the ball, and then there's the actual flute part that you play.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess at that point it's run to town, talk to Officer Jenny, see if she knows any kooks that might know kooky things, and
I know what this means. To the bikes.
Yep.
Insert Adam West transition.
All right. As you guys are making your way there, let's see.
Meanwhile, in the background, thunk. Thunk.
See, this is nighttime, so here we go.
Oh, I thought you
Fortunately,
were going to put like a lighting dim on the entire thing.
I thought about it,
Right,
and I was like, thought about it, and I was like, seems like a pain in the ass.
There's two ways to do it. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, once you get into town, the diva will say, the diva will look at you guys and be like, well, this has been fun. And I've greatly enjoyed this, but I'm a woman of my word, and we have crossed the city limits. I must be off.
sticking to her guns on that one.
You don't exactly see you're not getting the impression that she's like, yeah, I'm just running away. I don't feel like doing this.
Oh no, I know she's not running away. I just thought I was like, oh look, big, yep. I said I was leaving town as soon as I got to town. You went to town. I'm out.
So you have procced my event.
Exactly. You procced my scripted leave event.
You do actually kind of pick up. You do do actually pick up that she's actually a little disappointed in the fact that she has to leave. But I'll say you kind of pick it up as like, man, I really wish I could stay. If only I hadn't said that I was leaving when I got to town. Can't go back on my word.
I mean, you didn't say you were leaving immediately when you got to town. You just said when we got to town. So as long as we're still in town, technically that still applies.
Yes, over here. I'm gonna grab my supplies. There's no. I'll say there's no. I'll say this place I do not exactly. It's like if I make one excuse, I will make many excuses. And although fighting a giant primordial beast does sound very interesting, it will have to wait for another time.
All right. Well, obviously we're going to be in the area for a bit, so you leaving the group. If you choose to come back later, you technically haven't violated your word, so you go do what you got to do.
Steps on the boat. Steps off the boat.
She didn't even say she was getting on the boat. She just said she was leaving our group.
She will put her hand on your shoulder, take the sword techniques that I've taught you, and go forth and be the best and be the best of rangers.
Thank you.
I'm about to say, she will look back to where you guys came from. You'll see like the trees kind of shuffling around in the distance, about like 3 miles back. And you'll just kind of hear. She'll say, she was like, "This is your first test as a ranger. Protect the marshlands."
I will get right on
that.
You and upperclassmen training, this was like a graduate test.
I mean, graduate test, I haven't even gotten to the damn school yet.
Oh, congratulations!
She's going to just kind of shuffle off and go into the Pokemart.
Okay, now I know it's not on this map because the Game Boys don't have this, but where the fuck is the police station?
Yeah, it's like I glanced on the map, like going, I don't see like a giant J or a police badge symbol.
We're gonna say that this is the police hut. This is a small town.
And it's more like Jenny the sheriff.
And it's police call box or whatever. Yeah.
I'll say you'll go in there. There's Officer Jenny sitting at a desk with one cell. There's one cell for the one criminal that could possibly happen.
Fucking hamburger.
And a Growlithe. Oh, hello there. How are you all doing today? Sienna will be taking pictures. She was like, I want to take pictures of this place because, before it gets destroyed, so that, you can put it, so we can, mail it off to, and possibly get some money for photography.
So, hi, I'm Jay, Pokemon Ranger aspirant / in training. This is going to sound crazy, but there is a giant dark golem making its way towards town.
She's going to kind of like quirk an eyebrow at you, and she was like, giant dark golem?
Yeah, giant evil golems, yes. Sienna, you got a picture of it, right?
I'll say she's like, oh yeah, this, and she's gonna look, and she's like, you're gonna see Jenny's mouth drop. She's going to reach underneath. She's gonna reach underneath. She's gonna take off her police cap and reach underneath the desk and put on like a hard hat. Put on a hard hat that has like she puts it on. It has like a bunch of dust on it.
It's time.
And next to the desk, you will see. Next to the desk, you will see her like pull open like a cabinet, and inside of said cabinet is like an old like an old rope, like an old rope. You'll hear her just start pulling on it, and you'll hear something that sounds like an air horn going off. It's
There's a
like,
move reminder.
you'll hear throughout the town. You will hear. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. It was like the calamity has awakened. The calamity has awakened. You'll hear everyone start screaming. You'll hear a couple of crazy. You'll see. I assume that Lattice did not go inside because your character is still outside.
Yeah, I'll be out like guard. No, not guarding, but just keeping watch.
Okay.
Watch here. I can look at
Keeping
both the
watch,
building.
you will see everyone begin panicking, running to their homes and grabbing things as you hear this air horn just set. Basically, you saw Jay go inside the police station. About 5 minutes later, you hear "Woo!" Everyone's eyes basically just kind of like bug out of their heads as they're like, "Ah!" And they just start running. You do see one person holding a. You do see one person who seems to be calm and smiling. They are holding a sandwich sign. So, I'll say, saying the end is nigh, and it's like, I told you he was coming. Y'all said I was crazy. You said he would never wake up. Now what? I was right. But this one crazy guy seems to be pretty proud of the fact that the calamity's on its way.
So, and Tristan's going to regret asking this now that you've just introduced that character, but given that came moving from the marshlands and there were some ruins there and, an old stone flute, is there anybody around here that might know about those ruins, that might have some relevant information on how to get it to stop? There was something about a song in the writing.
She must say she's gonna Officer Jenny's gonna say must say while she's like she's got like 2 phones in her hand just like calling a whole bunch of people. She's gonna be like, she's like, yes, that's right, the National Poke Guard here as soon as possible, thank you. She was like, what did you say?
It was in the Great Marsh. It started moving from the Great Marsh. There were some ruins there. There was a stone poke flute. Something about writing. Something about a song. Anybody around here know anything about ancient ruins in the Great Marsh that might have relevant information pertaining to that?
She's like, she's gonna say, oh yeah, she's gonna say, yeah, the Clef family. I'll say she was like, yeah, the Clef family. She was like, they're residents here, but she was like, but there was she was like, but there was a bit of a problem that happened. You see, and then there'll be like a scene transition where you'll see there'll be a scene transition where like she's explaining what's happening, and it will screen wipe to one of the kids coming home and be like, "Hey, look what I found, Mom and Dad. I got a Charmander." And it was like, "Oh wow, that's so awesome." It was like, "That's awesome, sweetie." Char. It was like it learned a new move as it shoots out Ember and burns down the house, including all the music notes and everything that went with it. And she's going to and you just kind of see the family like standing outside the house like And then it'll scene transition back to you with Officer Jenny kind of scratching the side of her head with like a sweat drop like Yeah, so it was like, yeah, so the town hasn't exactly had the town hasn't exactly had the music notes for quite some time since that happened. We were just kind of hoping he'd stayed asleep, and maybe that by now we would have had something in place to actually pacify him. Unfortunately, we haven't exactly been able to come up with anything. And he's been asleep for quite some time, so we just kind of figured the last time that he got dealt with by Senna's National Army at the time, that maybe he was gonna stay down. Apparently not.
Okay, I have a question for Oma.
I have a very stupid idea. My Snorlax knows yawn. Do you think that would work?
Oh, I think in terms of WTF, I'm not sure if Snorlax is going to win this. Could I have
She
Oma
must.
use Psychic on the World to shove its rotation?
Yes.
She will say she will tell you, if you want to go, if you want to go talk to them, she was like, if you want to go talk to, if you want to go talk to the current descendant, he's down. I'll say he's down in this house.
Cool.
It was like he's down in that house, but I wouldn't expect too much. She kind of says, like, a little, like, under her breath.
Cool. Thanks. Bye bye, doggy. Let's we're going this way.
Oh, hi, doggy.
Um, you'll look at Growlithe. He is suddenly also wearing a hard hat. I'll say it is adorably covering his eyes because it's too big for his head. All right, going into this house. Making your way over to that house. The moment you start getting towards the house, I'm gonna say barely over top of the air horn, you will hear someone. You will hear someone inside, like, rocking out like a garage band. Very badly though. It's like it's like someone trying to do like a cover of Slipknot and doing it very poorly.
I'll do the plate thing. Bang on the door first.
You bang on the door. You bang on the door. They are rocking out hard. They do not seem to be. They do not seem to be able to. They either can't hear the door or ignoring you. You're not sure which. Between the air horn and the rocking out, you can't tell. Honestly, with the noise that he's making. Are you trying the door?
Yeah, I'll try the knob.
Yeah. You try the door. The door opens.
Hello.
You open up the door. You are hit immediately with the whiff of, must say, the whiff of stale food, and I must say the whiff of stale food and
Recreational botanicals.
old clothes. Must say stale food, old clothes, and no showers for like at least 8 days. As you open up the door, and you will see, you open up the door, and you will see stacks of pizza boxes. Must say stacks of pizza boxes. Music sheets, and music sheets. And in the corner, you will see these two rocking out like mad.
Yes.
I'll say, he was like, all right, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 6, two,
Hold
two,
it!
two, two, 6, two. What? Yo, bro, what you doing in my house, man?
I tried knocking, you couldn't hear me, or you're rocking out.
Yeah, don't you hear the air sirens?
Wait, bro, the air sirens. That's awesome. I'm about to say, the Zigzadoon will just start like moshing around, just slamming into the wall, just like knocking over stuff.
Just shouting over the rocking. He's like, Officer Jenny directed us to you. Something about you knowing what to do about the calamity.
He was like, what's a calamity? Dude, that's what we should call our single. Calamity.
The thing sleeping in the marsh that woke up.
Sleeping in the marsh. Calamity. Calamity. Air horn. 60. He was like, wait. He's like, wait, hold on. Bro, wait. Oh man, that's like an emergency, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Can you?
So what? So we need to like vacate, right?
Well, that's what the air horn's about. Yeah, it's like the people are evacuating, but in theory, your family knows something about a song or something that can put it to sleep.
Do you know how to play the flute?
He's
Only the
gonna be like, dude. He was like, dude. He's gonna walk. He's gonna like, dude, come over here. Come on. I got something to show you. Just step over the stuff. Just step over some like some like a pile of like dirty underwear, and you swear probably stepping on like you step on something very soft. You don't want to think about what it is. As you just kind of go through the house. There is one pristine area of this house over in the corner. He opens up a closet. Inside that closet are pictures of his ancestors. He was like, yeah, man, these dudes knew how to shred. But he was like, but they only had like flutes and lutes and he was like, they only had like flutes and lutes and other, lame stuff like that. He was like, they didn't. He was like, I'll be honest, I'm better than all of them. He was like, I'm actually better than all of them. Dude, it is. He was like, but he was like, I heard that they had like killer songs. He was like, I was told they had like killer songs and everything, but I definitely don't. He was like, but whatever it was, it's been lost, man. The music's gone, man.
Yeah, Jenny mentioned something about there was a house fire.
Yeah, there was a house fire. I was told by like my great grandfather, and the family's kind of been banned from having fire Pokemon ever since. But either way, unfortunately, the song's been lost, and he was like, the family can't remember.
Well, here's your lucky day then, I think. Perhaps a piece of paper and a pen. GM said that I remembered hearing the song when I was digging through Golem's memories.
Yes.
So, in theory, because this is part of what the intuition skill covers, I just looked, I should be able to write it down.
Okay.
Or at least get us a good starting point to fill in the rest.
Okay. He's gonna be putting it down. He's like, okay, I see, all right.
I'm not sure if that's the whole thing,
Cool.
but that should at least be a good get us started.
He was like, okay. Zigzadoon. All right, we're gonna try this. All right. He was like, all right, cool. Get ready, bro. One, two, one, two, three. And it is the worst high pitched screeching sound that you have heard. It's almost like as if when he's trying to actually sing this, it's actually worse. The more he tries, the worse it gets. He's like, dude, how do they do this? Oh my god. He was like, man, he was like, man, it's almost like I forgot how to sing or something.
Uh, what covers performance?
Performing arts goes under the social skills.
Well, I know that, but I wasn't sure if like intuition.
Intuition is for artistic, non-performance artistic endeavors. That's why like writing down the music would go under intuition, painting goes under intuition, cooking goes under intuition, but like singing would go under charm.
He has the notes, and when he came into the place, when you came in there, you heard him rocking out. He sounded like he was doing pretty good with the rocking out, but something about this particular song, his voice is actively breaking and falling apart.
Well, he's not trained for it. If he's been doing, screech metal, it's an entirely different skill set.
Can I use command to conduct?
That's it. What I was thinking. Yeah, it's like use command to help him, guide his performance. Say conduct, like David said.
Okay. Sure. Go right ahead.
Okay.
I will step back and let you do that because while I could assist, having two conductors gets confusing.
Okay, we can do this, Room Clerk.
Okay.
Ooh, somewhat average.
Cool. So you will command him. He's like, okay, I'll tutor. All right, this sounds cool. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does not seem to do anything. You sit there and you try to give him. You try to give him the best lessons that you can. You seem he seems as if he is like kind of Tristan, while you are watching this go on, make me a intuition roll.
Normal intuition?
Yes, normal intuition. Okay. While watching Lattice try to command him on, his singing, you kind of start thinking about it, trying to piece two and two together. So he has the music. He has the music, and he has the musical talent. He has the words. Just doesn't seem to have the voice. And the way that Lattice is trying to command him to do this seems similar to how Lattice is used to commanding. He's used to commanding people, but also the way that Lattice is trying to teach him how to use his vocals almost reminds you. It's almost as if he's trying to teach him how to do something that was forgotten. It seems as if he was able to sing, but the moment that he tried to do this, he forgot. You seem to be able to kind of think that that considering the poke flute and that this thing was always put to sleep by the ancient tribe that what he seems to be missing now that he has the lyrics and the instruments to possibly be able to do it. He doesn't seem to be able to sing it. And singing is something that he seems to have forgotten. But there is some, I'll say, but thinking about it, there might be someone here who might be able to remind him of that.
Okay. Any sense of who that could be?
When you came into town, you remember, I say, you remember going through aspects of Astoria City. This city doesn't have much to offer besides the marshlands, the scarf guy, and the move reminder.
Oh, it's not how I would think that would work, but sure. You keep working here.
Okay.
Okay.
If you look at GM to players, if you look at the class for musician, one of the moves that they can learn is sing.
Well, yeah, I just didn't think move reminder would work on a person. That's all. But it makes sense. It's a plot. You're doing it as a plot, thematic plot thing. Yeah, I get it. It's not where my brain would have gone.
Move reminder is being so useful right now.
Yeah.
I was looking at like this plot and the story. I was like, man, this fits perfectly for this town because originally I came with the plot, and then like once I saw the city you guys were going to, I was like, man, this actually works perfectly for this.
Nice.
Dash over the move reminder.
Okay. I say because the plot actually calls for you guys to be able to find try to find like an ancestor of this person, and then try to figure out a way to remind them how to be able to put this Pokemon back to sleep. And then this mission comes up around the time where you're going to Pastoria, where the move reminder is actually here. I was like, oh, this move? Yeah, musician, sing is a move. And move reminder just relearn any move that they were able to learn at an earlier level than the one they are currently at. He is a higher level of musician, so technically he could learn sing.
Yep.
And he does not have it. He's not a Pokemon, but people can learn Pokemon moves, so
yep.
figured it made sense.
Yeah, I follow your logic. Again, it's just not where my brain would have went. From a the anime version of the this plot, it would make sense.
But yes, there is a old man. You go inside the move reminders hut. Move reminder is over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dash over to move reminder.
The air horn is going off. You will see a old man. And his you'll see an old man and his equally old frou-frou sitting in a reclining chair. What am I say? Watching old episodes of The Bargain is Accurate.
So are we sounding what?
The bargain is accurate.
He is sitting behind. He is sitting in his chair watching the TV, just kind of like hunched.
Hello.
he'll kind of look over to you slowly, be like, "Huh?"
Hello.
Ah, I see you're using
He'll
language
he'll
101.
he'll
Speak slowly and
he'll
loudly
reach
at them.
he'll reach over and he will put one of those
Oh,
old-fashioned
no.
tubes, like those old-fashioned like horn, like brass horn things, to his ear, and was like, "Huh?
Hello.
Ah, hello, young man. Oh, hello, little bunny. How are you doing? Ah, you're grown for a trainer." He's like reaching to pet Harold.
Ranger, actually. Oh, in training.
Oh, he's gonna look over at you. He's like, "It can talk."
Oh. He's old and he's deaf and blind. All right.
No, he's not blind. He's just like mildly senile.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, look at you with your sword. That is so adorable." He was like, "What move can?" He was like, he's gonna look at you. He was like, "What move can I teach you, little one?"
It's not for me. It's a friend. They need help remembering Sing.
Oh, that's an easy one. And I remember back in my day, me and my say, I used to cut a rug at my say, used to cut a rug at the old sock hops we used to go to. I remember back in the year of the year of so he just starts going off into a rant. If you don't stop him from this rant, he will just start. He will just begin begaling you with tales of, of his exploits.
No, this is fine. This is fine. Gonna pop Siri. Just have her put like an ice trail, in front of him. Just kind of push his chair along the ice slide while he's ranting.
Okay. Okay. And the entire time, completely oblivious completely oblivious to what you're doing.
Channel through, just like, hey, you want to come along? We're taking your friend to go teach a dude how to sing. Come on, let's go.
Slowly gets up and he's like, "Ruff." And just kind of like a like old best friend, just following him out the door. He's just kind of like, "Rrr." And you can tell this is probably the first time he's been out for walkies in a while. So the entire time, by the time you roll him over to the house, the man comes out. I'll say the guitar player comes out, and he's like, "Hey!" He was like, "Yo, man!" He was like, and that's how I help. He was like, and that's how I help remind the troops how to win the last Pokémon. Wait, what?
You said you said tutor was a good idea. Figured this guy's the best tutor in town. Again, this is the guy that needs help remembering how to sing.
He's gonna look. He was like, "Oh, it's you." And he was like, "I'm not Pokemon. I can't learn moves." He was like, "Oh, sure you can. Everyone's a Pokemon. Don't you know?" That is the dumbest thing I've heard you say, old man. You said a lot of dumb things. Okay, look, come here. Look, I got a lesson to teach you. Come here. I'm gonna teach you something that you and your ancestors have forgotten. Okay? I'm gonna teach you how to sing, and I'm gonna give you the best singing lesson you ever got in your life. Okay? And he was like, "Oh, I don't know what exactly you're gonna teach me how to do. Sing up!" And just hit him in the head with a cane.
Yep, there it is. Saw that coming.
So he was gonna strike him in the head. He's like, "Ah, ow, dude, what are you doing? Oh my god!"
That kind of pitch shifts. I thought you'd aim lower.
That is awesome. This is so great. Oh my god! How'd you do that? He was like, "I hope you learn. Obviously, your great grandfather hit his head. So all I had to do was hit your head down the line and knock back the genetic memory back into your family's lineage."
Yeah. Concussions are genetic.
Of course. I'll say if your daddy had a concussion, you had a concussion.
G.I. Joe.
I'll say if your mom broke a leg, you have a broken leg. Just waiting for it to happen. It's all in your DNA. Your body remembers what your ancestors went through. It's why you break limbs. You broke it. If you break your arm, it's because your ancestors' arm broke at one point, and it's just you and your genetic memory. If you anything that you're suffering from, it's because your ancestors suffered from it. And you can learn every trick. You can learn everything that your ancestors ever did, so long as you get hit in the head on it. How do you think I teach Pokemon how do you think I teach Pokemon old moves that they should have learned by now? I just hit them in the head, and they learn the moves of their ancestors.
This guy truly is a master.
Unfortunately, these techniques will leave with me.
Here, I'm going to learn how to learn Aura and talk to Pokemon and shit. Apparently, all I needed to do was learn a Pimp Hand.
You gotta keep it strong.
Sienna's gonna be like, can you teach me your ways, master? He was like, oh, you one of those photography girls. He was like, you can teach people moves, but you can't help them recall moves. No, I don't know how to. Can you teach me how to hit people? And he was like, oh, you think I just hit people for fun? That's not the way it works, sweetheart. You see, you gotta strike them, but you gotta strike them with love. And she was like, that sounds terrible. He was like, no. You thinking about it in the wrong way. But it was like, but when I hit this young man in the head, I hit him in the head so that he might be able to move on with his life. You see, sometimes one of the things they used to tell us is a soft head makes is like a hard head makes soft behind. So you just gotta just keep hitting them in the head until you know they can get it through their mind. And then the booty gets hard. And then they'll be able to handle anything. And it's just going to be like dots and silence. Even the air horn's going to stop for a moment.
Yeah.
And then in the distance, you'll just kind of hear, "Holy!" And it's like, yeah, you should go handle it. I'm gonna say, it was like, could somebody take me back? It was like, could somebody take me back into my Can somebody take me back into my house? It's really, it's kind of bright out here. I didn't bring my sunglasses.
I got you.
Sienna's like, no, you're a ranger. You go take care of the large, lumbering, dangerous Pokemon, and I'm going to help this old man because
I thought you wanted pictures of us dealing with it, but okay.
As much as I like that, if this doesn't work, somebody needs to say what a amazing job you guys tried to do.
All right. Well, careful with the ice.
She's like, okay. You are picking up massive levels of cowardice coming off of her.
Yep. Make sure to use the long distance lens.
She's going to roll him back into the house, and as you guys are making your way back, you will see her standing on the roof.
Yep, there she is. All right, Bra, what do you need to be portable?
He's like, all I need is my guitar. He's like, all I need is my guitar, and I don't know.
I don't know. Do you need amps or something? Is your guitar good on its own?
Should be good on its own. I'm not exactly certain.
We need to rock
Are
out.
there any are there any relics I'm supposed to be using, or
Well, we did find
like
this flute
anything?
near it.
Flute.
He's like a flute. Oh, I play a flute. He was like, can I see it?
Yep.
All right. He'll take it and be like, oh.
I don't know if
Hold
it's
up.
required or if it was just there from the last time, but that's all we found. Claims of smooth jazz. I don't know.
um, he's going to attempt to kind of piece it together.
He might need your guidance again.
Success.
Yeah, does he need some
Yeah,
conducting
He does
assistance?
need he does need help.
Guidance.
Help you to touch the mic.
Ooh, 25 this time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sing, motherfucker!
Okay. He is attempting. I'll say he is attempting to put it together. I'll say he is attempting to put it together. The golem is making its way finally after all this time. Has managed to enter. Has managed to finally enter town. Yeah. It's finally starting to make its way and enter town. He's going to ask you guys. He's like, hey, if you guys could do something to slow it down, that'd be great.
I give it a shot.
Oh, well, you psychic. On it, not the world this time.
I'll say.
Storm and Sleepy,
actually-
go!
Actually, if I use psychic on a tree, can I knock the tree over?
All right. It will.
Be get groggy and at least slow down, be slow walking.
It will. It will stop in place and kind of teeter a little. It is. Effect-wise asleep.
Yeah, it's not plot asleep, but it has stopped moving.
Yeah.
Okay, Snorlin, if he starts moving again, try to, push against his leg or something to slow him down. Hold the way.
Hold the line.
If a Snorlax can't hold it, we don't have anything that can.
Oh, the door.
Actually, hang on. Yep, okay. Doo-doo, help him out. Now we have 2 Snorlaxes.
Oh, wow.
One for each leg.
He is still piecing together the thing.
It's like, not that it can't walk, but now it's like walking with toddlers around your legs.
All right. Lattice, do you have any Pokemon you want to use to assist? This golem does not seem to be, aggressive towards your Pokemon. As I said,
Yeah.
since they're not actually actively fighting him, they just kind of seem to be, effectively he's dragging them with him.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the little kids around your legs maneuver.
Okay, what did you have, Snork use, Yawn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say if you're trying to use large Pokemon to slow him down, I believe the largest one you have is
Probably Onyx.
Onyx, yeah.
yeah.
But I was wondering, what if I have Alma use Mimic to use yawn again on it, would it make it quote unquote sleepier?
I mean, it wouldn't be sleepier if they're asleep. Sleep doesn't work. Sleep doesn't stack.
Okay, I wasn't sure how.
You can use it when it wakes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that gives us 4 uses instead of 2. And I can only do it twice. That's it.
It will wake up from the first one. Sorry.
In which case, I will use Onyx to like wrap around its leg.
Okay.
I'd like to use Scizor to like cut down trees along its path, or that not slow it down at all.
That would not slow it down at all. You have, with your Pokemon, you have moved him to minimum move of 1. So you did have a move of 3.
If Caesar's cutting down trees, and then
1.
Siri is freezing them, so they were kind of making an ice wood wall, so he has to go around them. Would that slow him down some?
He does not seem to be willing to go around them. He's just kind of walking through them.
Okay, would it count as difficult terrain? At least make difficult terrain at that point to slow him down a little bit more if he's just smashing through them.
He is moving at 1. That
Okay.
is, I must say, he's moving minimum 1. That's
as slow as we can get him. Okay.
Yeah. I'll say because his movement can't be impeded, but it can be slowed.
All right, we did what we could, bro. Up to you.
He is doing. With the amount of sleeps that you have slammed on him. I'll say with the amount of sleeps that you have stacked on him and slowing his movement down, he is almost at the city. He's almost at the city right before. A song.
I'm gonna pass Lattice a. Where is it? Chesto Berry, just in case this starts to backfire on us.
All right.
So we are equipping a Chesto Berry as a held item, which means if we go to sleep, it cures sleep.
Okay.
Okay. He is
I don't know if this is going to jigglypuff us.
I'll say he is going to start playing his song.
Jigglypuff, Jiggly.
Go to fuck to sleep!
He will start playing his guitar, singing. He will start playing his song, singing. Singing gradually. The creature seems to be focused on him. Seems rather confused.
Think it's working?
He's kind of looking at both of them, just like shredding and rocking out. For a moment, Jay, you could swear that you could almost see the golem kind of rocking his head a little. Not as if it's sleepy, but almost as if it's kind of starting to dig the song and rock out a little with him. And he feels the guitar riff pick up. He's like, oh. The golem seems to be smiling and kind of rocking out with them a little. He's like nodding, like, oh, yeah. And the Zigzagoon is just like being massive hype man. just jumping around, like clapping his hands and everything. Back to back posing with him. Eventually, the golem will kind of start swaying side to side, like doing a little dance that's causing the ground to shake. Um, you guys almost lose your footing with this like earthquake that this thing is causing. Um, as he is continuing with this song, the golem seems very happy. Um, will gradually start to turn around and start making its way back towards the mountains.
Really?
Before it fully gets there, you will see it kind of dig itself. You will see it kind of like begin to dig itself into the ground. Um, you'll see it start to dig itself into the ground, back towards where the beach was. As as it starts to go into the ground, and you will see what's left of its body that is above ground. It kind of makes like this large rocky hill. And from that large rocky hill, you will see the dark energy recede inside of it as plants begin to grow out of it.
Talk, John.
Plants begin to grow out of it, and you kind of hear a bit of snoring noise rumbling through the ground momentarily. Jay, through your link to Aura, you can feel that the damage that has been caused by the explosion of the arena, the damage to the landscape, is gradually being repaired and replaced with aspects of the golem's body that it has been absorbing for centuries. And it is using the mass that is collected in order to repair the damaged land.
Cool.
Basically using its primordial powers in order to be able to reshape the land of Senna. You will feel its aura calm down as it goes back into its deep slumber. Probably you would assume that's about half the size of what it was, but it will definitely wake up again at some point in the future. Not certain when. Maybe in your lifetime, maybe in your kids' or grandkids' lifetime. But it will rise again. And hopefully, this time, there will be a member of the Clef family that will be available and willing and capable to calm down this calamity. And with that is the end of your mission. Congratulations.
That felt like kind of like a fun like anime independent thing.
Told you, I'm like, this thing has stats. If you choose to fight it. I was hoping that it was large and big enough and intimidating enough to where there was like, please don't fight this thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this thing's a large ancient Pokemon. I was like, please don't fight this. There was a part of me that was like, there was a part of me that was afraid that Lattice was going to be like, I gotta test my Pokemon trainer abilities. I'm like, God damn it.
You know, that wasn't an impossibility, but ancient equals powerful, and I'm like, okay, on one hand, it would be cool. The other hand, this thing.
Definitely would, it would count as mythical. Um, Despite being way more powerful than most legendaries, it still only counts as mythical because it's still just a, at the end of the day, it's still just a golem. But because it's ancient and it's rock slash dark, then that does make it like a special mythical type. But seeing as how you put it to sleep, I can tell you, this Pokemon say this golem being as old as it is, obviously is level 100.
Okay.
It must say is level 100. Due to its current stats and nature, due to its current stats and statuses and everything, all of its combat stages, except for speed, are maxed out. Because of an ability that keeps it from being able to actually increase its speed, and it doesn't have rollout, so it can't actually increase its speed either. So yeah, only has a speed of 3. But I'll say even fairly damaging attacks more than likely could have possibly ended up chinking off of it. I can tell you now. HP was 350. HP 350. Defense of 90. Special defense 95. Attack 82. Special attack 76. Does have defensive curl, which definitely would have made it even worse because then he would have had 10 damage reduction on top of everything. Also has sucker punch, meaning that he could have punched you in the face before you actually even hit him.
Yes.
Definitely a good tournament Pokemon, assuming that he can fit inside the fucking arena. And assuming that they're like, hey, actually, how does fuck is? I think about it. This some bitch can't even fit inside of a Pokemon Center anyway. Pretty sure he's not going to be happy with one berry either. Mechanically, one berry is enough. Yeah. But I'll say, thankfully, this mission significantly easier to figure out figure out the XP for this. And I'll say you had one enemy. Yeah, one enemy. And that was that. And then plus, you did 2 plot points. So that's
2 plot points? Did we miss something?
no. I mean, you must say, well, Well, you trained, which was an option.
Mm. Okay.
And I'll say that was an option. I thought you had skipped. I thought that you were going to skip since after that, but since you actually asked her to go with you, then I'll say that does progress your story. So you did do that. Um, and utilizing the move reminder. I'll say utilizing the move reminder does. So utilizing the move reminder did end up introducing Sienna to him, thus giving him a potential protege to hand off his ability to.
So we advanced her story and his story. Thwack!
Yes. So Sienna Sienna with enough training and tutelage will not only be able to teach her Pokemon new moves, but will be able to give your Pokemon back moves that you regret losing for no cost.
The no cost is nice.
So if there's a move that you wish to get rid of in order to learn a new move, but you decide that you want to get it back, or if there's a move that you skipped learning because you didn't care about learning it as you leveled, then she can basically teach it to you after the fact for free.
Oh, good. That means I can fix Snorlax and Squirtle's moves so they're not, so type locked. Get a little bit of variety in there.
And generator's wild that way.
I got no problem. It is what it is. It's just, before I was having to save AP. Now it's like, okay, cool. I can.
Yes. So that is a benefit. That is a benefit as part of her storyline is being able to. That's one of the things she wanted to be able to do as a chronicler was to be able to record. To be able to record everything. So that is your XP total, 250.
Of all the seats. Cool.
Yeah. Like I said, simple adventure. Let's say simple. Yeah, like I said, simple adventure. Nothing too complex, but hopefully funny and enjoyable.
Yeah.
I do kind of find it funny that this game, I feel is, I must say, this game, I feel is one of the best games I've run. I must say, at least that I feel that I've run. And I was like, this just kind of amuses me. I was like, must say short, sweet, goofy.
Yeah, I don't know about short, but
Certainly goofy.
this game's been going for a while. Well, I mean, I guess it hasn't because there's been a lot of hiatuses, but
yeah. I mean, technically, you guys are near the end. You don't have much left. You've got Pastoria, Sunny Shore, Lily, Fight, Stark Mountain. Most of the remaining missions. Most of the remaining missions are to get your badges. Make your Stark Mountain is effectively let's see. Stark Mountain is effectively where your part of the story is going to end, Tristan.
okay.
must say, making it to Stark Mountain is where your part of the story ends. Lattice's part of the story ends at the tournament.
Gosh.
So yeah, Jay, your part of the story is more likely going to end. Yeah, definitely going to end before his, because Stark Mountain is your fated battle.
Dun dun dun!
Oh, did ask for a Jedi battle.
I
What
did.
better place than fucking volcano?
Yeah. Hell, I think exotic locale such as a volcano was even in the request.
So just this right here, yes.
I say, sweet. Like, you got a lightsaber. I say, you got a lightsaber. You got a fucking volcano. I say, you have a jealous brother.
Yep.
Try not to carve off his limbs and leave him at the bottom of a bottom of the thing.
Shouldn't be too hard since most of my moves don't actually do damage.
Well, they do now.
Hmm.
Well, assuming depending on the moves you took. Cool. In which case, I assume that I will be seeing you guys tomorrow for Star Wars at 8.
That's normally what we're shooting for, is 8-ish, yeah.
Okay, cool. And I didn't know if you guys had anything planned this weekend, or if you guys are going out, or.
We're in theory going to be running from Sierras, but other than that,
Okay.
probably not doing Gaiden this week since we got Matt coming in and everything, but
And that's right, I heard something about a movie night or something like that. I
Yeah.
think. I'm not certain. Okay.
on paper it's a movie night. We'll see if that actually plays out.
All right.
But I know it's also Father's Day, so people potentially had plans anyway.
Normally I spend my Father's Day just doing nothing. That's
Well, I mean, you got a
That's
kid,
usually
so
all.
you never know. Sometimes, you and the kid decide to do something.
Whenever they ask me, it's like, so what do you want to do for Father's Day? I was like, chill. I was like, I spend all year doing a whole bunch of stuff. It'd be nice if I actually had a day where I did do anything. So, yeah.